Yo, what's going on, my peoples? You tuned in to the I Came Through podcast. You know what I mean? Where I shine the light on some of my favorite people and some of my favorite businesses. You know what I'm saying? Today, you see, I got a special guest. You know what I mean? She go by the name of Brittany, the owner of Audacious Sock Wear. You know what I mean? What's going on, Brittany? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm great. I'm glad to have you on here. I definitely
Thank you.
appreciate you, taking time out of your Sunday, you know what I mean, to come, just to come kick it with me for a minute. You know what I mean? So, let's just jump right into it. Let's jump in,
Okay.
from the beginning. Like where you from?
Okay. So I actually moved around a lot. So originally, I am from Nashville, Tennessee. I was born in Nashville, but I graduated from high school in Indiana, and then I joined the military. So
Okay,
I claim a whole bunch of different stuff. Yeah. But
okay,
right now, we're in Cypress, Texas. So we're going to be here for the long haul. So,
okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So, so you know, most people when they jump into this fashion thing, we jump into the t-shirts, the
Mhm.
jeans, just anything. What made you just go with socks out of everything you could do fashion wise? What made you specifically go with the
Good
socks? You know
question.
what I'm saying?
Good question. Okay, so see what happened was originally I started off doing handbags,
Okay,
and I failed. Oh my, I totally failed. And my husband was like, "Yo, you're like really doing too much. So why don't you just start off with something small? Why don't you do like scarves or socks or something?"
okay,
I was like, "What the heck?" So I took socks and I just ran with it. And now here we are. So I always give credit to my hubby. It was his idea. And he
okay.
just said it so casually. Like, I don't know, us women, we have a tendency to like overthink things.
Mhm.
And then y'all husbands come in and just be like, yo, just do this. And it just clicked. So that's what I've been doing, making socks.
Okay, so all right, so what made you say you failed in like the purse business? Like what happened? Like
Okay. So I used to have a gigantic collection of handbags of my own. And there was always something missing from each handbag, which would make me want to go buy another handbag because I was trying to fulfill what I thought was one of my needs. So I tried to find like the manufacturer. I tried to find, just it's just a lot that goes into a purse. Go look at one of your wife's purses and just know that it took a lot to create that little object. So you have to think about your tech packs. Like it's a really, really technical thing that goes into making something so small and not important. But your tech packs, um, doing the different mock-ups, and you have to pay somebody to do this, especially if
right,
you don't know how to do it. Yeah.
right, yeah.
So yeah, and then so I can design something, but I can't really put it together. Like I can't construct it, you know?
Hmm, hmm.
So you have to find somebody to do that. It's just a lot of time and energy and money, especially if you want it
Yeah.
made to a high standard. So I think I got my actual mock-up. I should have brought it so I could show it to you, but I got my mock-up made and it was trash. I was like, I hate this. All the money that I wasted, the drawings, the sketching,
Mhm.
the making the contacts. I'm calling people in New York, Cali, feeling like I'm really doing something, and it was horrible. It was horrible.
Well, we gotta salute you, what I mean, on your attempt because I tell people, my acronym for fail is first attempt and learning. You know what I mean? That's my acronym for
That's
fail.
good.
So,
Yeah.
that's just something I live by. So at least you tried it and realized, this ain't for me versus just you just thinking about it and not putting no plan into action, So,
Hmm.
you failing at that put you in the sock game, with the hubby idea and everything. And what really made me curious about your brand was you named the Audacious Sock Wear. And for the people that don't know what Audacious is, I want to give y'all a little a little
Tell us.
definition. It says
Mhm.
showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. And when I order socks from you, I've always gotten the wristband that says be bold and take risks. So I
Mhm.
always sat back like, I wonder why is that like her mantra. So I looked up, the definition of audacious like weeks ago. I was like, yo, that's dope, man. I just want to know,
Yeah.
like when he gave you the idea, did you know what that word meant already, and you want to brand it like that, or like did it just come to you? Because I know as a creator, our brain just keep going and going, and don't never stop,
It
and
does.
then it just some idea just go off. So like, how did you just come across that name and just brand it like that?
So I knew I wanted to do something or name it after something that would basically encapsulate my whole journey of this life or whatever this is. But I did the cliche thing. I was like Googling names and well, let me try African names and what does it mean in this, how we do.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, you know what? I'm just about to make this hella literal. It is audacious sock wear, and you can apply it to the way that the socks look because I do try to do, bold and crazy socks.
yeah.
Or you can apply it to how we need to live our lives, which is
Mhm.
taking a risk. So that's it. I know it's a lot to say, so I just be like ASW, but I'm glad that you actually looked up the definition because a lot of people don't. They just be like, what is audacious? So
Yeah.
I'm glad you looked it up.
But like, yeah, like, I wanted to know the definition because it was such a different name for a
Hmm.
brand. I'm like, yo, I wonder what that meant. So I just looked up a couple weeks ago and it all made sense to what you doing. Like, and like just taking risks, even the sock, the presentation of the socks, they're bold, they're not regular. Like, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, here in the bio when y'all watching this, please visit her Instagram, her Facebook pages that I got linked right here. These socks are amazing. Like
Thank
you,
you. Thank
you
you
be
very much.
you be coming with the flavors, the McDonald's socks, and all that, man. Like take me through like the creative mindset when you just sit down and say, you know what, I'm about to do these crazy socks that ain't even out, ain't nobody even got these. Like,
Mhm.
what makes you create a sock like the McDonald's socks and all that? Like how do you even get these ideas, man?
Let me just hold on. Let me just say, as a creative, nobody can do what we do. Like, this
Mm.
is not something that is taught, it just comes natural to us. And I could be looking at one of my kids, looking at,
Yep.
cereal box, looking at, vegetables in the grocery store aisle. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to. I'm about to go home and put that on the side. And that's usually what happens. With the McDonald's socks, those are probably one of my favorite pair that I made. But I was just looking at pictures of fast food, and I'm like, you know what? Let me do this real quick, and it just comes so natural. I mean, like we don't have to think too hard about
Yes.
creating things. It just comes natural. But we be having so many ideas. Like for some people, they'll go put it on a notepad or
Yep. Yep.
they'll write it down. For
Yep.
me, I just put it on the side and that's it.
Man, I like talking to people like you with that mindset because a lot of people, they don't understand it. They don't understand where
Hmm.
these ideas come from. They don't understand how our mind works. Like you said, we could be literally in the grocery store looking at some produce and to get an
Hmm.
idea. And like,
Yep.
I gotta do this. I gotta go home. I gotta, and we'll be so lasered in on the idea, man, until we get it right. And that's what I love just talking to creators, man, who really got the drive and just the energy, man, because it's unexplainable. And
Yeah.
sometimes you think that you're the only one that think like that.
Yeah, that
Until you,
understands, right?
yeah, man, until you tap in with somebody else, you like, man, maybe we just all crazy like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love it, man. Like, um, are your parents still alive? Are they still around?
Yeah. Yeah. So my
Okay.
parents are still alive and of course they are divorced, unfortunately. But yeah,
Okay.
they're still here.
What do they think about your awesome sock business, man?
My mom, she's always like, "Oh my gosh," and posting and commenting and all of that. But what's crazy is I was raised by my mom, and I don't even think she didn't know a lot about me until my adult years. Because I was always kind of quiet, reserved. As soon as I grew out into a completely,
Okay.
and I have my own kids, I'm married and all of that, there's just a lot of things that she would drop a sock. I didn't even know. I'm so proud of you. I didn't know you could do this. It's just really amazing. This is nice. She's posting, sharing, all kind of stuff. So it's just shit. I didn't even know I could do some of the stuff I be. But it's just been amazing.
What do the kids think?
My kids, they're always talking about my socks and promoting them at their school,
That's
and I'm just
dope.
like, don't be doing that. Just focus on your schoolwork. But
Yeah.
every now and then I'll slide a mask to a teacher, slide a pair of socks to a teacher.
Yeah.
But they love it too. When we go to the vendor events, they're working, they're hustling, they're
Okay.
selling socks just like I am. So it's now that I'm hearing myself talk about it and I'm talking about it with you, it's just been one of those things where it's it's amazing. Like, that's all I can say. It's really amazing.
And how
So
long have you been been doing your sock business, man?
so I have been doing so I started in 2018, but let me
Okay.
tell you, when I first got started, I was getting my socks overseas like everybody else does.
Yeah.
And back in, I want to say maybe 2019 is when I first got the equipment, to learn sublimation and all of that. So technically 2018, but I'm going to say 2019 because that's when I personally started making and creating, my own product. So what is that, like 3 years?
Okay.
Almost 4 years? Yeah.
Man, like, just creatively, that ain't even a long time. And you nice
Yeah.
with it like that. That's crazy. Like, just
Thank
looking
you.
at, just some of the products that you've put out, man, it looked like you've been doing this like your whole entire life.
That's what
Like,
people be saying. Like, I'm like, no. Like, I'll get like calls and stuff from different marketing agencies, and they'll be like, "Oh
mm,
yeah, so our services are 5,000 at this tier, 8,000." I'm like, "Do y'all realize it's just me doing this in my living room?
talk
I don't,
about it.
I
Mm.
do not have the money for your service. I don't have the money for your services. It's just me. It's just us. Like, we do all of this by ourselves. So maybe one day, but not right now."
I go through the same things, with my brand, Skyzone.Society. People approach me with marketing budgets, 5 grand, eight
Hmm.
grand, 4 grand.
Hmm.
I'm like, dude, I know it might look like it's a
Yeah.
corporation over here, but it's not. It's
I,
not a corporation, man. It's just us, maybe two people, at the max. And
hmm.
it's just us and a couple of machines. That's
Yeah.
it. But see, that in itself just speaks to like your drive because you at this every single day. Like,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, y'all got to tap into my girl Brittany, man. Again, I'm posting her socials down in the description of this video. Listen, man, she's at this every single
Mhm.
day, full time. Do you even work a regular job or you just
I
sock?
do.
Oh, look,
No, I work at work.
she even works and
Yeah, I
still
work.
does this. And it look like it's full time, Brittany. I swear to God, it do, man. And you just
That
make
really
it,
means a lot.
you make it look so easy. That's why I had to get you on my show, man, because you know, I've been knowing you like a little over a year at this point.
Hmm.
And before I ran into you to get my socks done, I was going through a couple of other creatives, but they just weren't you. And it's not to, to just take away from things that they're doing, but I haven't until still to this day, I haven't seen anybody that just like their product just looks so much passionate than yours. Like I look at
Ah,
your socks, man, and I be blown away, Brittany. I know, and this ain't even just to gas you. It's just my true thoughts of why I had to get you on the show. Like I'm always just going, on the gram or Facebook, and I'm subscribed to your page on Facebook. So as soon as you post, I'm getting notified. So I'm sitting back like, yo, these socks is crazy out here. Like, just your ideas. Like, some of the ideas I be thinking about, and I'm like, man, I should hit her up to do a pair of socks like this. And like a couple days later, you already have a pair out that was already thinking about asking you to do. I'm like, yo, man, this is nuts. Like, it's just the quality, how they feel on my feet, man. It's just a lot, and I can just tell that you put, even down to the message that you package in your socks, about
you
who you are. Man, listen. I'm tapped into your brand. I'm telling you, like, but yeah, man, I'm just waiting on the day that I just wake up and just see like this big name company just offer you some millions and just take you out of here for what you do, man. Because, man, again, I haven't seen any people that's doing socks doing it like you, Brittany. Like nobody is doing it like you. Like the flavors, the fit, it all just feels good. I want to ask you though, what's your favorite pair out of all the socks you've done? What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite pair? Or can you just narrow them down maybe to 3 pair if you can't give me 1 pair?
Okay, so I don't know if you saw the Scooby-Doo socks that I made a couple of weeks ago.
Fire.
Those were my those are my absolute favorite pair of socks. And you know what's crazy? So I absolutely hate social media, right? But when I posted those, they took off. Oh, and I also did some Space Jam socks too.
I seen them, and that's the thing, right? That's why I was telling. I was gonna ask you to do a pair for my daughter because my daughter and my son they love Space Jam, and it was crazy because I sat down with the people who made the Space Jam game like a few weeks ago, and I had an interview with them. So I was like, yo, when you did the socks, it just blew my mind because I was gonna ask you about doing a pair, man. Like those Space Jam ones are crazy, huh?
Yeah, so I think those two are my favorite. But those Scooby-Doo socks, I made those maybe about a week or two ago. And no lie, the next day, I made those on Sunday. On Monday, when I went to go turn on my heat press to make another pair of socks, that bad boy did not come on. And I was like, this must be, I don't know, somebody put a hex on me to try to stop me. If it was the devil, like, you know how we be doing, like, what's going on? But yeah, so I haven't been able to make a pair of socks since then, and it is killing me. But definitely my Space Jams and my Scooby Doo's that I did are my 2 favorite pair.
Definitely, I'm gonna definitely post some pictures of them throughout this podcast so people can see what the visual what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like I know you said you failed at the purses and everything, and you jumped into the socks. What advice would you give people who may be thinking about just jumping into the sock game like you?
So the first thing I would do, I would say do a lot of research on the equipment that you need. Um, One of the things that I do not appreciate, and this goes for socks, t-shirts, all of that, is people, it looks cool from the outside, but if you're in the inside, this takes a lot of work. And you have to make sure that you stay focused, that you're determined, but you do your research because there is going to be a lot of money that is spent. Sometimes you make good investments, sometimes you make bad investments. So definitely do your research, but that's with anything. Also, make sure that you get in, like you join groups and things like that, but you get in spaces where I don't want to say there's no competition, but we all need a teacher. I mean, we never stop learning. And sometimes in our spaces, people want to hold information, they don't want to help. They're just rude and nasty. You want to make sure that you surround yourself with a good group of people that are willing to take you under their wing and help you out, because we all, we all have to learn. So definitely, and then of course the cliche stuff, stay positive, blah 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 blah. you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but do your research. And then find you a good group of people that can kind of assist you along the way. And once you learn, make sure that you give back. Don't take, and don't spread no information. Like once you learn everything you need to learn, then definitely help out the next person. Because we all need socks, we all need t-shirts, we all need underwear. Like it's billions of people on the planet. You're gonna get your money, trust me.
And I love the fact that you said, do your research. That is
Hmm.
so key. People ask me all the time, man. Man, I'm trying to get in the t-shirt game, man. What's the first thing I need to do? Your research. Your research.
Exactly.
That's what you need to do. You need to find out who your vendor is going to be.
Hmm.
And again, you listen. You're going to spend some money in this, and you probably won't make it back right away. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's just what it is. You
Hmm.
have to. It's called investments. You got to invest in yourself.
Exactly.
You know, people want this thing, Brittany, but they don't want to do the work. They,
Exactly.
they they want the shine part of it. They don't understand what goes into this stuff day to day. They don't get it. They don't understand the price of this equipment. They don't understand the just finding the perfect vendor to deal with and build that relationship with, and
Exactly.
and just find the quality for what you're looking for, because quality is important, man. And people don't, and I hate it. I hate saying this, but people don't like to read. People hate reading, and that is one key
Hmm.
part of running a business, is having to read and research. You have you
Exactly.
can't just wake up
Exactly.
and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get rich at it, and I'm gonna be successful in my,
Hmm.
own right at it." No, it does not work like that. It's
It does not.
come on.
Yes, I 100% agree. And in addition to that, you have to make sure that mentally you are prepared for this. Because while your spouse, see, my husband, he doesn't own a business,
Okay.
but while your spouse is going to be laying next to you, counting sheep, having wonderful dreams, sleeping, floating in the clouds, while you're literally laying on the other side of the bed, stressing out, stressing.
Yeah.
So you have to be mentally prepared. There are so many days. That's why I was saying, like, people they don't see the inside. There are so many days where I just be like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I don't care about these socks. I'm just totally, totally done. But then it'd be like a post, or somebody will tag me in something, or somebody will contact me like you. And it's just like every time somebody reaches out to me, it's a blessing,
It's
because
a
it's like
sign
an
from God.
indication.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's
you
a sign from
like,
God.
and I'll be like in my darkest moments where I'm like, man, FB socks, I'm done. I'm selling all my Jordans. I don't want to do this no more. And then somebody will message me and be like, oh, good job. I love these. So you have to you can't be broke trying to start no business. Okay. You got to make sure you have a little bit of money.
Mhm.
But in addition to that, which is probably even more important, is just the mental of it, because it will really weigh down on you, especially um, if you're impatient like I am,
Mm.
and you're not seeing the results. Or if you are creating something, and let's say you are tagging big businesses and they're not seeing it, and you're like, well, what am I doing wrong? How come I haven't, took off yet? I think like that all the time. Like,
Mhm.
why ain't Nike calling me? Like, what's going on? When I made those McDonald's socks, I was like, why is Big Mac not calling me? Like, come on, like I'm good enough to do this.
Right. Right.
So you just got to be mentally prepared in order to make this happen.
That's so true, and that's the second thing I tell people. You have to be mentally tough in this game,
Hmm.
because again, I'm just like you. I can be a little impatient,
Yeah.
especially when and I want to tell people, the impatience comes from a good place. It's not out of malice. It's simply coming from, you
Hmm.
feel like, you put in the work for this, and you feel like, man,
Yeah.
you at a day and night, and you just feel like, This product is great. They should be. I tagged y'all. Y'all should be calling me right now. What's wrong? I know y'all seen it.
Exactly.
You know, this the
Yes.
best thing on earth. This could help y'all out. This how you be feeling on the inside, man.
Yes.
And days go by, man. Years go by, and they don't hit you up. But
Hmm.
I just want to tell you that don't mean they don't see it. That don't mean they
Yeah.
don't see it. You have to keep grinding and keep working it and just doing what you're doing because it's going to be that day. Your day is coming. I'm telling you now. And I'm one of those people who I like to get behind people when they on the ground floor. You know, I don't like people always trying to get with people when they reach the upper echelon. When you've been
Yeah.
known that person been working that business from day one, and you never bother to support it. You never bother to mention them, never bother to tag them, never bother to even say good job. You never even bother to do the free things like share a post. It's free. You know what I mean? It's free to reach out and say, hey, those are nice. That's free. That don't cost you no money. And you know, you just gotta just stay strong mentally and just sharp and just
Yeah.
know that you're doing what you're supposed to do, man. And I know it's easier said than done because I'm on the same side you on. I be laying there at night, not sleeping, like,
Hmm.
man, look, man, tomorrow I'm tagging all these people, all the big businesses.
Yep.
Somebody gonna hit me back. I don't care. I don't care what I got. That God is, I know they see what I'm doing. And my wife
Hmm.
always tell me, listen, you gotta be patient. I'm like, baby, I've been patient. It's been years.
Exactly.
I get, and she like, yeah, it's been years, and she'll give me an example. And one of my homeboys, he gave me a huge example years ago, and I'm gonna share it with you because I don't even know if you know this. But the company, the cleaning company that make the cleaning products, 409. I'm gonna
Hmm.
tell you how they came across being who they are, right? And I never forget this story because I was at a dark place. My homeboy told me this. He said, "Man, listen." He said, "You know how the company 409 got in business?" I said, "Man, why is you talking to me about cleaning products, bro?
Yeah.
I don't hear about this." He said, "Nah, I need to tell you this." He said they spent years and trial after trial and error after error trying to get 409 off the ground. And
Yeah.
he said it wasn't until the 409th time they got it right.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's how they came up with 409. And when
That's
up
crazy.
and when he told me that, like a light bulb went off, like, word. I never knew that. So that's just something to keep in the back of your mind, when those times are on you and you think that nobody's paying attention and the money ain't coming as fast as you might want it to be, because
Hmm.
it be that too. Just remember that, your time coming, man. Your time definitely coming. Your product is awesome. And again, I like the fact that you said give back. I love that, man. That is so overlooked of
Hmm.
people just giving back. And it's also, man, it's a thing that people like to withhold the information when you're
Yeah.
trying to get somewhere. We like, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's mostly black people. I'm gonna keep it on my end anyway. It's mostly black people. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. In my experience, a lot of white people have given me the guidance that I need, and they told me what I was doing wrong, or what they did like,
Hmm.
or what they didn't like, or they might be the ones spending the most money. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and I mean, and I hate to say it, but it's mostly our people that be withholding the information. So, and it's almost like the crab in the bucket, mentality. Like they don't want
Yeah.
to see us. They want to see us doing good, but not better than them. And we gotta stop that, man. We
I
gotta
agree.
we gotta stop it. That's why when people reach out to me and ask me, "Yo, how you do that?" I tell them it's up to you to take the next step. Now, I told you
Hmm.
how I do it. Now it's up to you to either do it, put your twist on it, or not do it. You know,
Yeah.
but I never want to withhold information from people that are creatives and looking to get somewhere in life. I never want to do that because I don't want to. I don't want to be on the other end of that label of, oh, he don't be telling people how to do it, or he know I'm his homeboy. He don't want to share the information. I never want to be a gatekeeper on nothing that I do, like nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I hate that it do be our people because it just seems like everybody else is just so united. And I know we're not in everybody else's community.
Right.
But again, from the outside looking in, there have been some vendor events where it'll be some of our people, they'll walk by and keep it moving. And it's like, what am
Right.
I? these are just, what did my socks do to you? Like
Right.
they're just socks. Like you don't have to look like that, or you don't have to act like that. And then even my customer base, I have to say, is primarily white, but our people I want more of our people as well. Like, I know you're not supposed to say you make products for everybody, but I really do make products
Absolutely.
for everybody.
Yep.
And I just would like to see a little bit more of our people, I don't want to say supporting, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
Absolutely. I do.
just,
I know.
yeah, because it's just like, come on now. Like,
Yeah. Like you see this
supposed to-
fire I got. I know you want some of this fire. Come
exactly.
on over here and spend some money with me.
Right. Like, I know you just bought some J's. Like, I know you just bought some forces. I can help you if you let me.
And that's the thing I love about you. Like you a sneakerhead too. So you be having like the latest sneakers with the socks to match. I'd be like, yo, like, listen, man. I don't understand how people can walk past your product and just be like, nah, I don't want none of that. Every day I see your product, I be wishing I could give you $400. Here. I need everything, inventory. Here, take that. Here, I need them. Matter of fact, here's something for the future that'll be, because I know you're gonna work on something else dope. I'm gonna go ahead and just pay you right now for whatever dopeness you about to come out with, because I know I'm gonna need it.
Thank you.
And that's what like draws me to your brand too, because I love sneakers too. So
Hmm.
like I see what you be doing when the J's be coming out. Like you might like the black and yellow joints might come out. You might do something with the bees on there, and I'm like,
Hmm.
yo, come on, man. Like she over there cooking. She stay in the lab, man. And
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. I love what you bring to the table. I wish you nothing but the most success that I know that you're gonna get out of it.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm gonna continue to do business with you and support you in any way I can. And I hope people see this and just tap into who you are, hear it, and just see what we see. Because
Yeah.
man, your brand, I can't say enough, man. Your brand is fantastic. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's
That means a
fantastic.
lot. Thank you.
And I know, man, salute to your husband, because I know how it is. Uh, you know, just trying to be there to support somebody, and maybe you might not really understand what they're doing because there's
Hmm.
such a madness to it, and you might not get all the detail, but just being there and just offering words of encouragement,
Yes.
putting the battery in your back, so to speak, um, that go a long way. That go a long way, and I know he's proud of you. I know it.
Yeah. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's been crazy. And I can't wait to see what the future holds. Like, yeah.
And keep in mind, you constantly doing this in a pandemic.
Hmm.
Like that's something to be said, because a lot of small businesses and a lot of independent fashion artists that I know, they stopped. They stopped last year.
Yeah.
Like when things got tough, like they stopped. They stopped. They didn't keep going. They didn't keep being creative. They got caught up in just like the shutdown of things. And I don't know. Again, you have to be mentally tough in this thing. And
I
and
do agree.
and some people, that's they don't have that characteristic to, when things get tough, to keep creating and keep
Hmm.
driving, because people base it off money, man. I ain't seeing no money. I'm about to quit this. Listen, the money comes later. People don't get
Exactly.
that, man. The money is the last thing to come. Like
Yeah.
I tell people, man, if you want to see bread, you gotta bake the vision, man. You gotta bake the vision. You're not just gonna get the bread. You gotta bake it. Like you gotta bake the vision.
Hmm.
You gotta work it. You gotta stay at it, and you gotta be mentally tough, because anything can happen. And that's what this pandemic has taught me. Anything can happen.
That is definitely true. And I think we've lost our ability to adapt. Like, we're
Mm,
so, like, stagnant and just
mm,
going through the motions that when something crazy is thrown our way, we don't know how to react. And when it comes to your business, that's why I love being a small business, because I'm flexible. Like I can do
Right.
whatever. Okay, so
Yep.
everybody else is shutting down. Well, I work out of my living room, so it don't bother me. I can still ship your stuff, still
Mm-hmm.
print the label, still do whatever I need to do. But and that's just with anything. Like we have to learn how to adapt. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Take a step back and look, okay, this is what I have right now. What can I still do with what I have currently? And then just know over time it's going to get better, but we can't just like you can't just stop. But you know what else I blame? I blame social media, because these
Mm.
people, these other business owners got y'all thinking, well, if you start your business, you can be in your Lamborghini by tomorrow. No. No.
No.
Look at me, y'all. No, that is not true. That's not true. Stop letting other people influence you guys to make decisions that are going to be hella costly in the end, because starting a business it's tough. It is tough and you have to keep going. And I noticed there'll be moments where I won't work on my business at all, and then like everything just stops. It's like the universe is
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, so you don't want to put in any work?
Yep. Yep.
Neither will I.
Talk about it.
But when I'm up crying, when I'm up crying, trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this and do that and pack this and pack that, then that's when I'm starting to see the traction. So if you're thinking about starting a business, pray about it. Do
Mm.
that. That's what you do. Ask for a sign. And if you get your sign from God, then go ahead. But if you don't do it.
I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. I'm glad you said all of that. Um, man, I couldn't have said it better than myself. I mean, those are the thoughts that I be having in my head too, and those are the feelings that I go through as well. Where you know what, man, I ain't working on the tees today, man. I'm chilling. I ain't nah. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a week off. I
Mm,
ain't even feeling this week, nah. And then that week, my week might be terrible because it's like my zone is the create, and
yeah.
it's like everything goes better for me when I ain't focusing and grading on what I do best.
Hmm.
Like everything that goes from family life to business life, music, everything. Like when I ain't in my creative space, even if I'm not physically printing nothing up, if I'm just jotting down ideas, you know what, this would be a dope idea on a t-shirt. Let me try to no, let me write this down, make sure I remember this. Like that's part of that's and people don't understand that's a big part of the job too. Just
Thinking, yes.
thinking is a big part of the business. Just thinking. But when you not thinking about it, it don't go well for you. But when your
Mm-mm.
mind is constantly invested in your business, you see results.
Yes.
It's just something that the average person might not understand. But if you're creative and you hearing this, you go through these motions, man. You go
Yes, you
through
do.
this, man. You go through all of this. You go through this. Like thinking is part of your job. Writing it down is part of your job.
Hmm.
Executing is part of the job. You know,
Yep.
trying to get it to as many people as you can, whether it be through text message, phone calls, social media, whatever it can be. You gotta get it. Whether it be hosting your own event, being the vendor
Hmm.
over here, or you know, being over here at this fairground where you can try to get your stuff off, or the flea market. It's plenty ways you can get out here and just make things happen.
Yeah.
And you know, I heard you say you hate social media. Is that one of the reasons why you hate social media is because of how blindly it leads people into thinking that they can be an overnight success?
You know what? We need an episode 2, because I yes, that is exactly the reason. And for me, I'm an introvert, so I'll already kind of be
Mm,
like,
me too.
like,
Mm-hmm,
we kind of already be like, I don't really feel like talking this week.
mm-hmm,
But when you see things like that on social media, it's just not authentic, and it's not true to the struggle. And I really hate when you see people on social media, they're showing you like that the after
yep, yep.
when they've already made it, but they're not showing you the before. Like people don't understand. There have been some times where I've only had money for my kids' fruit snacks or bills, and that's it. Because
Yep.
the majority of my money has went to, building my business.
Mhm.
So it's just, I really hate the like the image that it portrays, that this is super easy, and it's not. There have been some times where I'll get like a 80, 100, $150 order, and it's like, you just put groceries on my table. Not to say that we just like, not to say that
Still,
we're like
yeah. I
struggling.
get what you're saying. That's facts though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, you guys do not understand. Like, you have to support small businesses, because when you're supporting small businesses like ours, you're not supporting, you know, Lamborghinis. You're not supporting,
Yeah.
mansions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're literally putting food on our table.
Yep.
You're getting school supplies for
Yep.
our kids, and we understand, like, we understand this is what comes with owning a business. But I just hate that the image that y'all see is not true and authentic to how it really is. Like, I have really considered quitting multiple times, multiple times. And for people to be posting like this stuff is easy, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just take offense to it, because it's not. It's really difficult. It's really hard.
I agree.
It's really hard.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I had to learn that, with social media, most of it is just falsified, people fronting and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So, like, sometimes I gotta take a break from it. And when you
Yes.
and the funny part about that is, like, when you take a break from social media, people think you're not working. I never understand that. Like, yo, you like because you don't see me on the gram in 5 days. You think I'm not over here
Exactly.
working?
Yes.
No, man. Like, no, like, my life don't revolve around Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram or whatever else. Like, nah, like, I can't get no work done if I'm constantly on here with y'all.
Talking to y'all.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, no, so that's
Yes.
why I come back. I'm coming back. I'm promoting my business. I'm promoting what I've been working on and things like that. And that's what I just try to keep it to, versus getting up there and cutting up with people. Cause, like, I'm not cutting up with y'all. Y'all ain't spending money with me. Y'all ain't keeping my lights on. Like, y'all ain't buying my kids
Hmm.
school supplies.
Hmm.
Like, nah. Like, I'm not up there for that. And one thing I like about what you doing now is how you doing, the breakdown videos with the socks, how you talking to the people about what went into the socks. Like, that inspired, I want to say that inspired me, because, like, I'm an introvert. I don't want to talk to these people. I don't want to talk to y'all. I really don't. But and
Yes.
people say all the time, like, man, how you got 3 podcasts, and how you run the business.
Hmm.
Y'all want to talk to people. Man, look, I love doing this, but I hate the public side of it, because
Yes. Oh
it's
my gosh.
it's a lot, man. It's a lot dealing with
It
people's
is.
attitudes, different personalities, and people
Mm.
coming at you sideways. They think that you owe them a hookup and get you down.
Hmm.
People, man, and again, I ain't even trying to be funny, but it's mostly our people that be coming at us sideways, like they be wanting them hookups, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, y'all don't be going to Amazon asking them, can you get the hookup? Y'all don't be going to Nike and pressing them about the sneakers and all that.
Exactly.
But but
Yes.
but with us, it's like they feel like that we owe them something, and we really don't, man. Like, we owe this to
Yeah.
our families. We owe this to ourselves. So, yeah, you inspired me, man. When I seen you doing the socks and you doing the breakdown and you telling what went into the sock, I'm like, man, that's so fire. Like, that's so dope, because people want to hear that. They want to see that. They want to see what,
Hmm.
like, a lot of people, they don't want to see the end result of, okay, you a millionaire, you rich. People really want to know how you got there. They want to know the
Yeah.
journey. So, like, by you doing that, doing those videos, I feel like you giving them the journey that went into making the sock. And I want you to keep doing that. That's like, I got a couple of videos I got coming up where I'm doing that, and I want to know that I'm doing that because I saw you doing that. Like,
Oh man.
I want, man, what I gotta let you know that, because that's important, man, because we inspire each other as creatives, and a lot of people too proud to say, hey, man, I got my inspiration for this person, or man, I be watching her and she be doing her thing, man. It be inspired me to get up and do my thing. I want to let you know, man, every time I see you post, it drives me. It drives me to,
Wow.
to keep going and to post some more and to get even more creatives and to come out of my introvert shell a little bit. So just to know that you an introvert like me and you still put in that effort to give people the behind the scenes talk, like that's inspiring, man. And I'm definitely about to try my hand at doing that, in a couple of videos I got coming, because I feel like
Yeah.
that's a great marketing tool for you, whether the people give you your flowers for it or not. I love it. I want you to keep doing everything you're doing. I want you to take Audacious Sock Wear to the moon and back, man. I really do.
Wow. Thank
And
you.
I just want to be one of the first people, to sit down with you and give you your flowers for it, man. And just be one of the first people to get behind you, man, and just say, yo, I've been knowing she was doing that since back in the day. You know what I mean? Since 2020 or 2019, whenever the first time I got some socks from you. I've been messing with her since then, man. I did a show, I did a whole podcast with her. Like, I don't want to be the people that didn't support you, but claim they know you when your time comes. Oh, I've been doing her since high school, man. She's been doing. Nah, man, you won't own it like that. Like, you won't own it like
Yeah.
that. You won't own. I hate people like that with a passion. Like, don't try to give them their flowers then when the whole time they was inboxing you and you were leaving them on red and all that. You weren't responding. You weren't even saying, "Oh, I'll try to get something in a couple of weeks," or "Oh, I think these are nice." Like, you just don't even respond. So when I
Yeah.
get to my plateau, don't act like you've been messing with me, because you ain't been messing with me and none of that. So I hate those people, and I try my best to not be like those people and give people the support when I see it, and when I see products that I like, and try to just reach out to them and say, hey man, this is dope. Please keep it up, man. And we don't have enough people like that as creatives that just stop by and say, hey, like what you're
Yeah.
doing, man. I like what you're doing. That's dope. Like, or man, you should link with such and such, or just anything. Just a pat on the back is hard to come by in this game. You know what I'm saying?
So why do
So
you think that is though? Do you think it's like a competition thing? Are we scared of one another? Like,
uh, you know me, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I just think that people that look like me and you hate to see people that look like me and you doing good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have this problem when I'm dealing with white people or
yeah.
people outside that's black, not just white people. Just if you're not black, I don't have that problem with consumers. Like, I have people that literally just go to my website and order stuff. I never met them. Sometimes I don't even know where they found me yet.
Yeah.
I just ship the product. But it's funny because when I'm dealing with like people that I kind of know, or I feel like they heard of me or something like that, it's difficult. It's the invasive questions.
Hmm.
What are you using to make this? Like, first of all, bro, why are you worrying about my machine, man? Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to be worried. It's the vibe you get when people, like when black people, certain black people, not gonna say all, when certain black people are purchasing things from you, they get a little nosy. You know what I mean? Like don't be like you can
Yeah.
tell they're trying to count your pocket a little bit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like
Yep.
they not asking questions like, well, like how do the shirts fit, or how the socks fit, or what sizes do you have, or are they true to size, or they fit like Asian sizes. They're not asking consumer like questions. You get the vibe like they're kind of trying to be nosy or
Yeah.
hate on a little bit. And then in all those conversations and questions, they don't even buy nothing. All right, well, I'll get with you in a couple of weeks. Couple weeks go by, you don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
You don't hear nothing. Then you like, you try to do a courtesy check. But just reaching back out to because again, you run your own business. You got to have a customer service department, what I like to call it, which is you
Yeah.
too. So you got to turn in your customer service, like, hey, I was just reaching back out to you to see if you were still interested in, what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. They leave you on red, they don't respond, or I'm good. I got straight through such and such. Like, I for the life of me, I can't understand it. I don't know. I can just sum it up to, I just think certain people don't like to see you doing good. They just don't.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. And that used to bug me when I had first got started, but now, like, even though I'm small, I say I'm small. I'm a small business, but I'm doing big things.
Mm-hmm.
So you are going to approach me and talk to me just like you would do Nike. I am not your
Absolutely.
friend.
Yep.
I am not your homegirl. When I give you a quote, you're gonna pay that all up front. We're not doing this. Let me hold, let me pay a little bit here, a little bit.
Um.
We're not doing that because you would not do that to any other business. So you're
Facts.
going to respect me like you would any other business. And I mean, I guess now I'm getting to a point now where I'm kind of weeding them out. Like you
Yep.
can just kind of
Yep.
tell
Yep.
by
Yep.
people's messages,
Yep.
and you're just like, there's
Nah.
been projects that I have said, you know what, I may not be the person for you, but let me get you over to the next best thing.
Yep.
But
Yep.
but yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man, like how we be acting, but I'm just at the point now where I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I know my stuff is dope
Mhm.
and that's it.
And
Either
that's
you like it or you don't.
and that's the bottom line. Either you like it or
Yeah.
you don't. You know it's dope. Again, you've been doing this long enough where you can feel where the conversation is going with certain
It's
people,
going, yeah.
how they hit you up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yo, these joints over here fire. How much, cuz? Like, hold on, man.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You ain't. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you how much they are, but I ain't even looking to hear back from you more than likely. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, nah,
Yes.
it's gonna be 50.
Hmm.
Oh well, can you do it for 40? See, there you go.
No.
You already this your first time buying from me. You already coming in looking for a hookup. I don't even like that. You coming in wrong. You
Yeah.
coming in wrong. Oh, you coming at me wrong, man. And you're not even respecting the fact I've been doing this for X amount of years,
Years.
man.
Yes.
Like you coming at me wrong. You ain't even bought nothing and you looking for a discount,
Hmm.
man. Come on, you can't look, we can't, and I hate to say it, but I've never had white people do me like that. They say, yo, V, how much this costs? It's 40. Oh, how can I pay you?
Straight to the point.
That's
Straight
it.
to the point.
That's it. Do you accept Zelle? You accept Cash App? Do you take cards? I've even had people be like, yo, can you take my card number over the phone? Yes,
Hmm.
I can. And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about that. I told a customer who was black, of course, look, if you don't have, they didn't have Cash App, they didn't have PayPal, nothing like that. I said, look, if you got a debit card, I can take your card over the phone. I just need your
Yeah.
card number, just like you would do Amazon and all the other sites that you trust. I have the technology. I can just punch it in right here. You'll get a receipt, via email with my
Hmm.
company name on it and what you paid for. Now I don't know about that, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't be giving my card out. Yes, you do be giving your card out. You give your card out every day. You give your card
Yeah.
out every single day to people that you don't know. Here we are
Yeah.
having a personal interaction. It's going to be the same result. You're going to get your receipt. It's going to go to your email. You're going to get your product, man. But because you feel like you know me or you feel like my business isn't big enough, you want to try to
Yeah.
act like I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? You want to kind of try to say like I'm going to try to get over on you. Nah, nah. No, I
Yeah.
want you to show me the same respect that you show these other companies that you don't know. That's it.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people, when this conversation is brought up, they say, well, those other companies, they put the time in. They've been around for years. They got branding, they got marketing, trying to basically
Yep.
still downplay
Yep.
our business. But let me
Yep.
tell you something. Coca-Cola, if I'm not mistaken, got started in a garage.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, Amazon got
Mm-hmm.
started in a garage.
Yep.
Facebook, he got started in his dorm room.
Going wrong.
So all of those businesses started off kind of shaky, looked a little weird, and now they've grown into something big. So at the end of the day, either you like what I have to offer and you're going to pay for it, or kick rocks. Simple as that. Like it's just, I could go on and on and on. The customer does not understand the struggle and the things that we go through. to create our products, to put out, our podcast and other services and things like that. And when you are shopping with a small business, I just ask that you respect the effort that goes into what we do, because it is literally just us. It's just us.
Mhm.
And respect that. And don't be throwing up, this is why I don't shop with black businesses. Stop that shit. Stop it.
Please stop that shit.
Stop
Please,
it.
man. Oh my God.
Just stop it. Because just like, you might encounter some bad business, best believe we encounter bad customers.
Mhm.
So it goes both ways. Just stop.
And see, for
And that's my
me, I thought, and see, for me, for a long time, I thought it because I was a male. I said, man, it's probably because I'm a male. They'll buy stuff from a
mm-hmm.
female quicker than they buy stuff from a male. But hearing that you be going through similar stuff is mind blowing to me. Because I would think, it would be easier for a female to sell a product.
No, it
Okay.
is the same thing. And I've been to vendor events, like I was saying before, it'd be my whole family out there. So, you're not, I don't want to say image is everything, or it isn't everything, but it really is.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go to vendor events, it's me, my adorable children. We got on matching shirts.
Yes.
My husband is there. Like, picture perfect family. And they will still be like, they'll come over and look and pick through the stuff. I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Because it may be one day where you can't even afford a pair of my socks.
Talk about it. Talk about it, man.
I'm just saying, it may be one day where you can't even afford a pair. Mm-hmm. And that's how we have to think when we interact with people like that. It's going to be one day where you can't even afford my services. It's going to be one day where I'm so big, the email that you sent to get on my podcast, I ain't even see it. My bad.
I didn't even see it. My bad.
I didn't even see it.
It got caught up in the other thousands I be getting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I didn't even see it. So yeah, we're gonna be all right.
Yes, man. Brittany, I thank you for coming on my show. I appreciate you so much, man. I love talking to people like you, because again, sometimes we feel like we crazy when we out here doing this stuff, man. And sometimes we feel like it's only us that are going through these things, man. So to hear you and your story, it is so relatable to mine. Like, I love it, man. And it's going to do nothing but motivate me. Again, I just hope that, I hope that you take this bit. You already doing it. You already taking the business to the moon and back. I ain't even going to say I hope. You already taking this business to the moon and back. You just waiting on everybody else to catch up to what you got going. That's what I call it, man. You already provided something so fly that people don't even notice it yet. And sometimes, fly stuff just take a minute for people to catch on. And that's all right, though. That's all right. You keep making that fly stuff, man, please, because again, like you said, it's gonna be a time where people can't even afford it. And I know it. I'm telling you, I know it. I'm not gonna be surprised one day when I hear that Gucci sign Audacious Sock Wear or something crazy like that, or Gucci is doing a partnership with Audacious Sock Wear, or they call it Audacious Sock Wear to print up these level of whatever brand socks, whatever X amount of dollars. I'm not gonna be surprised, because I've been seeing it, man, and man, you just amazing at what you do. I can't say it better than that, man. You're just amazing. Keep putting out these amazing products, from the socks to everything, man. And I'm going to keep supporting it, man. I'm going to keep supporting it. I'm going to keep liking it. I'm going to keep sharing it. I'm going to keep buying. Matter of fact, when we get off the phone later on today, I got to talk to you about some socks anywhere that I need. I need some more socks, man. So we're going to talk a little later on today again, because it's time for me to get some. I want to get a pair that you already made up for me, but then I want to do something new too. So yeah, we're gonna get that going. Brittany, I ain't gonna take up too much more of your time, man. I know you got the family and all that you got to get back to, but just thank you, man, again for coming on my show, talking to people about the ins and outs of what you're going through with your business, and just showing people, that the flowers come later, that they come later, the money come later, the flowers come later, and the grind and the mental toughness is what's a lot important. you know,
Yeah.
and just telling people that don't get caught up in the social media hype of it all, and
Hmm.
and just stay grounded, man. Just stay focused, like, and just stay focused. And I appreciate you sharing that info, man.
Thank you so much for having me because this really means a lot. When I tell you, like it's just been crazy. We're in the process of moving and all of that. So, yeah, it just means a lot for you to see, you know, what I'm doing and be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is dope. So, yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
You already, man. Look, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. So I came through. Make sure y'all click these links in the bottom of the description, man. We're gonna have her website there, her IG, her Facebook, man. Listen, y'all tap in with Audacious Sock Wear and the owner over here, Miss Brittany. Please keep tapping in on what she's doing. I'm gonna post her social media links and all that. Follow her for updates, man. Hit the website, man. Listen, the way she packages this stuff, it's top of the line. I'm telling y'all, you gotta get an Audacious Sock Wear pack to understand what I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all do not understand. It is not regular. Like, she giving up the wristband, the inspirational wristbands and all that, man. Like, oh man. Take what is it? Be bold and take risks. That's the
Mhm.
motto. Love it.
Yep.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it. That's how we gonna end it, y'all. Be bold and take risks. You know what I mean? Brittany, you have a good Sunday, man. Enjoy your rest of the day, and I'm gonna hit you up a little later.
Okay, bye.
All right, peace.